Good morning. Sorry that took a little bit. And sorry for the sudden drop. I was using the microwave and I forgot that that's what happens when you use the microwave. Oh god, my allergies. Whew. I hope you're all having a lovely morning. Let me... Oh god, why is my computer so slow? Is stream like stuttering for you guys? Or is it just me? If is it just me, then uh-oh. Hello? Am I here? Am I alive? Or no, I wasn't microwaving my router. But whenever I use it and I'm streaming, or basically sometimes when I'm not, it doesn't. Sometimes when I use it, it affects my internet and sometimes it does not. So it's kind of weird. I really don't know what to do about that. No stutter? Okay, good. Alright. Oh, why are you not? Oh, well, I don't like this. It's like the Elgato does not have this functionality. I feel like things should stop doing that. Alright, there you go. Now we're good. Well, hello everybody. Good morning. I just made my breakfast. And we're having it right now. As is per tradition. That was what was happening. I was microwaving I was nuking my broccoli that I was having for breakfast. Okay. Well, it's good. As long as it's not stuttering for you guys, I'm happy. Because I restarted my computer just so that, you know, it's fresh for today. But, my poor laptop. But yeah. Oh, you know what I need to do is stop the music. It's probably still playing. Yes. This should improve, like, stop making my computer. Yeah. Okay, so we are playing not any of these, but this Ace Attorney Investigation Collection. This is the series where it starred Miles Edgeworth. I have never played these games before, and I'm pretty excited. Actually, initially, I wanted to do Kirby and the Crystal Shards, because I haven't played that before either. But we don't have that service. And I might ask Paranomaly, Creamy, to change it so that I can play that. Because I really want to play it. It's one of the Kirby games that I have not played. Because I didn't grow up with that system. But we're gonna start. Oh, and game audio wise, hi Meep. Let me know if the game's too soft or too loud or whatever, so I can adjust that. You did? I really want to play it. Language set to English. Thank you. Oh man, health warning. I'm hoping that it doesn't have the issues that I had with the original Ace Attorney games, where it does a little bit of pixel hunting sometimes. Well, we'll see, I guess. Language setting. Okay. Why does this need an online policy? Wait, what? Alright, how's the audio? Too loud? Too soft? Am I competing with it? Yeah, why does it need that? That's my question. Fine for you so far? Okay. Sounds good? Alright. It's audible? Okay, very good. Alright. And I think I will be playing both. Maybe not in a row, but I will be playing both. Oh yeah, Ace Attorney games have really good music. Oh, that's cool. I kind of... Oh. What do you guys think? HD or pixel? Pixel art is the original style this game was set in, I believe. With new chibi character sprites. This isn't chibi. Excuse me? Do you guys have any preference? Because I don't mind either way. It's hard. Let's play with the classic pixel art. And we can change it at any time anyway, so. Turnabout visitor. Start from this episode? Am I supposed to be able to pick from a different one? That's weird. Alright. Gotta switch styles every episode? I mean, we can. Question marks. To make sure that the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter what the cost. Well, what the heck? I'm a prodigy among persecutors. Always have been. Always will be. Hey, Pablo! Yeah, it's my first time playing. Don't get overly excited and then start saying stuff, okay? So, I am playing the collections version that's on the Switch. And I chose to pick the original pixel style, so if you're seeing pixelations on that screen, that's what's happening. You never played any? Oh, okay. It's really good. I definitely recommend the original trilogy. I played through all of that. They're all really solid. The one that's kind of I haven't played yet, but the reason I haven't been inclined to play is because Creepy, my husband, is a big fan of of basically the series, but really thought that the one with the one that replaced Phoenix Wright, forgot his name, Apollo Justice, I believe his name. Like, he thought those games were kind of so I haven't been really inclined to play them, even though, like, yeah. Anyway, so, but we're playing Miles Edgeworth, which is also different. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. Hmm? The door is unlocked. Oh. Detective Gumshoe? Hmm? What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? What the? What's the meaning of this? Freeze. Identify yourself. Shut up. My god! This is starting off really intense. You got some nerve committing murder in a persecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. What's the point? What was the point of that? Like, that's silly. Because in the end, there'd be a record of him being away from his office for a whole freaking month. You know? And if he just... That was pointless. I think so, at least. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a persecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. I've finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Are you okay, sir? Oh, Gumshoe! I love Gumshoe. Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard of the murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct, and the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... Look at what they did to your office. It's totally thrashed. I'll say the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Whoa, sounds like you're really getting burned up over this whole thing. The crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Ho ho, that's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth, excuse me. This is a lot of reading as I woke up in the morning. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office? What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. I guess this is the gameplay quirk of this game. Yep, logic. So how do you use it? First, I recall the information we've gathered with... It's always funny to me when there's like in-game explanation that include the buttons. And then I connect them together with X. Now, to use L and recall the facts. Oh, it has the psh. That's the sound when the original Ace Attorney, when Phoenix Wright goes, "Objection! Crime scene, my office. The office key. For security reasons, this officer has a lock built into it." And I press connect. Ciao! There is achievements. That was probably not there in the original. For security reasons, all Prosecutor's doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it is impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. Was it? There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? This is gonna do a number on my throat. You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Am I too loud? I'm gonna turn my volume down a little. Just a little, because I see myself going into the red somewhat. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. Okay, good. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. It's showing you that there is a bar on the top left. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir! Begin investigation. The basics of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that, and when I want to examine something, I simply use A when I'm next to it. Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use X, okay? I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. Gumshoe is a good guy, but he is definitely not the best investigator there is. Okay, let's start with couch. I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on the sofa. That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it too, just for a little while, sir? Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end. Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off. Do you have anything to report? Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet, there's something out of the ordinary in front of my eyes. Talk about contradiction. What? Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. Okay. Oh, that's cool. He has a check mark over him. That means we've all... Oh, that's actually quite nice. So it tells you what you've already, like, done. So you don't have to, like, double up. So I'm using the D-pad now. Because... like, this is fine. But when you're trying to, like, this is definitely made with, like, the D-pad. I think this was for the 3DS? Is it 3DS? I don't remember. This was originally for one of the handhelds. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know. I was issued the exact same model, I think. Detective, I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you do see this muzzle around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much, except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it. So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct's detectives. Yeah, Gumshoe doesn't really use his gun a lot. Okay, let me take a few bites of my breakfast. It's a lot of talking, so I don't have a lot of chances to actually chew on food. He looks like he got shot in the crotch. Alright, here we go. What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of these before. It's a police badge, detective. Oh, hey! I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinkydink. Let's take a look inside. Buddy Faith. Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective just like you. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yep, and until the autopsy is done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Are you going to be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course, this is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. Alright, if you say so. I keep all the evidence I find, either or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to press R to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make it a habit of checking the facts often. Gun? Gum? Wait, is that gumshoe? I don't believe it. I packed those files on those shelves so tight that not even an earthquake could make them fall off, but just look at them. At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all. Oh. Hey, Luna. Go, Lurky. Go, shoo shoo. A good clerk. A problem, to be sure. Well, once the investigation is over, we'll put them back on the shelf. Wait, what? There's like there's something written on it. It says gumshoe. See, G-U-M, and then there's like S right there. Oh, game. I don't like that. I don't like that game. Your files are all over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, and I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this has just rendered all the time and effort I put in it pointless. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I water the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled. Does he have a life? Okay, I think... Let's, make sure that everything is checked and there's nothing weird. Even though there's absolutely something weird about those files. Wait. We can't look at that? It's nice to see gumshoes like... Excuse me. Ah, watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir. That killer is going to pay this tea set. Yikes, you're really mad over this. This tea set is very dear to my heart and can only be bought in England. It cost more than your whole month's paycheck. What? Now I feel like the killer's wasted one of my monthly paychecks. There was something else. What was that? It's been a while since I've sat at this other desk. I've missed you. It's so tidy that it looks newer than when I first bought it. Oh yeah, that thing's so polished that it makes mirrors jealous. Don't tell me you've had no other work the entire time I was away, detective. My job is to protect your office, sir. And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it. That's harsh, sir. I have to admit that desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. Well, it's a good thing my steel samurai doll was spared any harm. Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's it about again? Well, I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai, and his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids. However, its high production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo, and Nickel Samurai, along with the deluge of merchandise and even a new stage show, gives it presence. You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabid fanboy? Of course not. Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much. And that conversation lasted longer than expected. Let us return to the investigation. He's a secret otaku. Oh, it's your trophy. The, Knight of Persecutors, right? King of Persecutors. And it's not a trophy, it's a shield. You only send this to the winning Persecutor, right? Prosecutor. Sorry, keep saying Persecutor. Prosecutor, right? Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself. Wise words. That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime. Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers? The ones that come with the card attached every month like clockwork for you? Yep. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will be resolved. Wendy. Oh-ho. Keep saying Persecutor and I keep thinking of a very early episode of Rugrats. I haven't really watched Rugrats, so I have no idea what that one is about. I see. Oh, Miss Irony, how painful are thy thorns. Oh, he's getting stalked. How's it coming along? Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprint lifting is a delicate art. Well, I never. Okay, I think I've investigated everything. No. Oh, there's his prosecutor's badge. Prosecutor. Gotta get used to saying that. Is there anything in here to connect? I feel like none of these really connect that well. Maybe that the victim was a detective. And that the crime scene is a revolver. The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What have we got here? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. Ooh! I always say you gotta look carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use R to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. L and R to zoom in and out of the nitty-gritty. Wait, it still has all of its bullets, though. That's nothing. Oh, never mind. It's missing one. It looks like only one round was fired from this. Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wresting the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. Guess this is about all we're going to find out. We just send the body to the Jim! Why, oh why? How could this have happened to a guy like you? Wait, isn't this the murderer? He's clearly the murderer from earlier. Are you all right? I don't like this guy. Don't touch me. Leave me alone. Just let me be. Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body? The body? Don't talk about him like he's some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night. I don't like this guy. I feel like I'm wasting my voice reading his lines. Does anybody do this? So when I play some games that have like dialogue, either voiced or not voiced, when it's someone I don't like, I'll just read with my eyes the text as fast as I can. If it's voiced, then I'll just end. Like, even if they're in the middle of the voice acting, I just like continue on and move on. Like, I don't give them, like, when it's reading, of course it's a little easier, but I don't let them like continue reading. Does anyone else do that? Sure, just in a blood-stained suit, pal. Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, yes, I am. Jacques Sportsman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime, busting. I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I am also a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office? Yes, that is correct. Then it was you. You're the one who killed... What the fuck, dude? This is not how things work. Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? They're going to frame Gumshoe! Oh, you asshole! Oh, I don't like him even more. So the only one who could get in here was me. Ho ho ho. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. Oh, Gumshoe. So it was you then. You're Jim's killer. No way, pal. You've got it all wrong. Everyone, calm down. Mr. Portsmouth, correct? If you're a real prosecutor, you should know how to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You're sure one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. Ooh. Ooh. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know? Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? No. No, don't do it, Edgeworth! He's super sus! A pleasure to work with you. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then. It's your room after all. Thank you, I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there! Sir! He gave the fingerprints. You see that? I don't recall if in the original games they had like, because I know in the original games they also showed like the crime happening, but I don't remember if they showed the murderer. You want a picture with Jim? Right? This is really like, this is the first time where it's just like, oh, we know who the murderer is. I don't know if I'm not sure if I like it or not. Oh, I forgot. 1 second. Welcome in. Yeah, I don't know if I like this. Because we're connecting so many dots already of what might happen. Because we know that this guy is the murderer. Like, the handshake. Even if Edgeworth didn't do the ... Welcome in. Oh, I can see you are. Oh, an Ace Attorney fan, just based on your name. Welcome in. It's my first time playing. Very excitedly playing through this. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. It is I, the streamer, Rinks. But yeah, like we're connecting a lot of like pieces. A shoe called a chalk zone? A shoe? No, not a shoe. I don't like. I feel like chalk zone sounds familiar, but I don't remember it, or it's not triggering any memories of a shoe, but it's triggering memory of like a cartoon. But I might be misconnecting it with Comic Zone, which is a game, an old game that I played when I was a kid. The show? Oh, show. Can't recall for sure. I might need to like see it. But don't put any links in chat. You will get, the bot will catch you. I have like, let me see. Chalk zone. Magic world behind the chalkboard. It sounds familiar, but I think I might have, yeah, I think I've seen a couple of these, but I didn't really watch the show. But the characters look very familiar to me, so I'm gonna assume that I have seen a couple of these. You know, if this guy's gonna ask for a picture with him and the dead body, I don't know what to feel. This guy's a weirdo. Oh my god, he is! Oh, that's weird! I should probably give them some space. I don't know, man. It's too important to mess up. What do you mean? It's a guy with a dead body! That's too weird! Ah, your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They did shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in? What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, detective. Not when there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I take it you haven't noticed yet, detective? There is a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Really? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation in my own way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that is when my deductive skills comes into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. Oh, it's automatic. That's kind of... I didn't press any buttons there. Guess it really helps you. No, the jacket doesn't compare to a tea set. He was definitely far more upset over that. You know what? I would be too, to be perfectly honest. When I spot something that's off, I should point my cursor on it and press X with conviction. The deuce! And when I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. Objection! Sorry, all the sounds just remind me of the... This is how I do things. Because only one shot was fired. Oh! I can do that? Oh, but it's empty now. Oh, it looks like only one round was fired from this. Wow, okay. Yeah, so the killer was killed... Wait, hold on. I'm trying to... Yeah. Hold on. What's happening? How do I present stuff? I wanted to connect this. Wait, hold on. I need to take a life with just the pull of a trigger. Okay. You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones that use a track and field meets the start races. You take off before it's fired, everybody always ends up following your lead. To chase you down for false start, detective. Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place. I wasn't expecting that. How do I present the evidence? Oh, I have to press it. Sorry. Eureka! Oh, he says Eureka! Eureka! This bullet hole is the contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim. And the second felled his friend. Hey, that's right. However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true too. Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? It's the one that, By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes. What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? Ah, that. It's a secret safe. It's a secret safe? Oh, I smell money. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. Oh, we're gonna look at what's inside. Achoo, achoo, achoo! Talk about dust. I suppose that what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here, sir. It kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store specially important evidence when a trial is in session. That's it? Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. I never knew there was a safe hidden back here. Well, if detectives knew about them, then they wouldn't be secret now, would they? Are there any other secret hidden things in this room? Even if there were, it would defeat the purpose of them being hidden if I told you. So don't bother looking for them. So, there's no, hidden camera around, right? And what if there was? No, it's nothing. Forget I said anything. Oh, no. Do I even want to ask what he's been doing in my office while I've been away? Now this is odd. Found something, sir? This keypad, don't you find it to be a bit too clean? Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. You there, forensic scientist. Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? Got it, sir. Couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. As I thought. It appears that logic's the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. I hope it doesn't do that a lot. Was it L? Logic! What am I supposed to deduce here? No? Why not? I guess the killer's goal. That's what happened. So it still goes through the animation. I believe I figured out what the murderer was after. But what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime. There is a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of the struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelve files like never before, even at the library. Sure. Let's give that a try. I don't like Portsman. I'm not gonna voice him. I don't like him. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. No, I don't trust you! Don't trust that guy. We know he's the killer. He's really trying to frame Gumshoe. That's kind of weird. That's really weird because why is the angle of that shot over there? I think they... Oh, I see what happened. They shelved all of the books. But since they didn't know where all these books are originally in, they probably put those set of white ones on the top shelf where all the blue ones are. And that's why the bullet hole is over there. I suspected the victim was skilled in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. Yeah, but you know I'm no good with blood, sir. I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. Yes, it's this. Oh, do I... Okay, I can examine. I put them all back, just as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing. Although, it does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file's spine indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. Wait. Then that would mean that those white ones should have been up there to begin with. How does that work? Because, like, the bullets are over... Then I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way. Appears that the victim was in a sitting position here after being shot. Oh, so that's why the seat of the victim's pants has blood on it. That would be the logical conclusion. Oh, but if he had another gun, then he could have been shot after. The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf. Blood on this guy's pants moved up pretty well. In a sense, I suppose. See, I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth. The victim's handprints. Must have tried to support himself with his hands after being shot. There are prints on the floor, too. This must have been made when unable to stay standing. He dropped to the floor. Okay. Okay, now we can deduce. Oh, I have to do that? So, he was shot maybe with a different gun? And then shot again with the gun that's missing? I mean, logically, this would be the data that should be attached, but the positioning doesn't make sense. Let's present it. Eureka! Oh, okay. Huh. You don't understand. You see, therein lies the contradiction. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, it'd be nice if you just admit when you're wrong. Wait, that was wrong? I don't... What does it want? Okay, this is the point where I have to figure out what the game wants from me. Because my brain is moving faster. There's the other handgun. Oh, I should go through that. Yeah, so this and then the... I should read more. Hold on, I'm worried that it's not... There you go. I want the hole to be in the square. Eureka! Okay, so there is still... It still does... So I was trying to see if it has a different animation if you're wrong, so it still goes through the same thing. What do you mean, sir? You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against a shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. Then that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's position? The order of the files. I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh? Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0? What are those doing all the way down here after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird. Just a bit off, yeah. Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They're exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. but the numbers are all out of order. Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Aha, so that's it. I believe that the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. There you go, that makes more sense. Do you think it'd be okay to prop the baddie back up to how it was before it was moved? They've finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you would please, Detective Gumshoe. Oh no, we're gonna see his dead body propped up. So, in which case, the gumshoe upside down doesn't make sense. Because it would have been written by someone else. Because also H is missing. So that is totally set up. So first of all, if it was written by the guy who was lying down, it would be like right side up, you know? Like it wouldn't be upside down. Because he's like lying down. So that would be the easiest. But since it was upside down, we can safely assume that someone was standing over the dead body when they did this. And then wrote the name. It would be easier for that someone to do this upside down because they would be standing over the body. But they did it after they took the file they needed because H is missing. And they wrote gumshoe with the skip. You know what I mean? So, there's my deduction. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith. And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Exactly. And then proceeded to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice. Once before and once after the crime. But why? Can I investigate this now? Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. I'm trying to like finish my breakfast so I can stop being disrupted. And I'm debating making myself tea because I'm talking a lot. There would be a reason. It's to cover this. This. What is that? Why does it say gumshoe on there with blood? Yep, there it is. That's his plan. This is so lame. I kind of wish they didn't show us who the actual murderer is. Because then we wouldn't be like, oh, we wouldn't be super suspecting of this guy. But it might just be like, this is your first case. This is like the easy mode. But like everything he says is so like, I can't help but just be like, shut up, you murderer. Because that's this guy's play. The only interesting thing here is, like, since Edgeworth is the prosecutor, sorry, the cucumber was stuck. And Portsman is clearly based on excuse me. based on what they discussed with the guy in the murder scene prior to this scenario, he's trying to increase his fame by solving a crime and prosecuting someone. So I'm wondering how we'll be solving crimes? Like, how will this be done? Because he can't be a lawyer. He doesn't have the lawyer's badge. Okay. I finished my breakfast, so give me a moment. I'm gonna put the bowls and stuff away. Alright. I readied the kettle so that I can make tea for my throat. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait! There's gotta be some mistake! Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me! Say something, sir! It appears that one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after? Oh, phew. Okay, so that's only during the investigation. Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you are going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it. I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you going to do? What I always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique. Ooh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir? You know what? Let's do it. Hello! How are you, alternate? Would you prefer alternate or Hamlet? Although when I say Hamlet, I always just think of hamsters. Like a tiny hamster. So a dwarf hamster? Maybe a smaller than a dwarf hamster. So a micro hamster, I guess. It's a Hamlet. Pretty good. Either is fine. Okay. If I imagine you in my mind's eye to be a cute tiny hamster, is that okay? You are welcome to say, please, that's really rude. I'm like, I'm sorry. Okay, since this is my first time going through this game, Hamlet has a benefit if being a name. Oh, true. Hamlet is actually a name. Or, you know, the Scottish play. You don't say it in theaters. Might as well. Might as well, because since this is my first game, my first playthrough, I might as well find out. Alright, first, I listen to the witness testimony. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open my organizer with R and present this piece of contradictory evidence. No, please sneeze. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, you're right! It is Macbeth. I am misremembering. Is Hamlet just the edgy guy? Like the edgy, broody guy? Or where is the to be or not to, that line comes from? Is that Macbeth? Sorry, I'm clearing my nose. Hamlet depends on the interpretation, but yeah, to be or not to be. Okay. Thank you for clarifying me. To present something, I simply use X, but that's old news. It's not like there's gonna be a flaw in their testimony every time, right? Correct. And at those times, I need to press the witness with L. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information and new or modified testimony. I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during investigations, too. Very well. I'll even show you how it's done. Now watch carefully. So this is where this stuff happens. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, hold on. The kettle is, screaming. Alright, I'm back. And I'll be gone again in 5 minutes to get my tea. Some do him manic depressive, some do him straight depressive. The specific Hamlet movie that inspired the name gave him dissociative identity disorder and had him played by twins. That's kind of cool. So there were points in the movie where both Hamlets were on screen. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. You intend to argue that victim's dying message points to his killer? I can hear Jim's voice, and he's calling for his killer's arrest. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portman? There is no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. Yeah, Celestino Coronado was the director. Young Helen Mirren, isn't it? Lots of nudity. The only person I know that cut the to you not to be speech, but get thee to a nunnery. That's fascinating. It's fascinating that they opted not to put the to be or not to be. But I suppose that's like too key of a line to kind of just change the feel. I don't know. That's fascinating. Let's see what we can present. It doesn't have... Okay. Okay, I can present profiles. Let's press.
Hold it!
Hold it! You've been in a place super long. Cut a lot, but that one cut just cut different. Oh, I see. Are you a fan of the play? Or just that particular movie? Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? The body was covering quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. But that was after. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something. What do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal. There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone. Can't say I disagree with him on that point. Well, why don't you say something, sir? Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sorry, Gumshoe. You're just not that good of a detective. Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence. Couldn't ask for a better setup. For the game finishing Spike. Yeah, that's his, Oh, 1 second. Alrighty, I have tea. Beautiful tea. I just gotta let it cool down. It's like super hot, I can't drink it.
Hold it!
Are you saying that those letters were intended for you? Yep, Jim was an outstanding detective. I would expect no less from a former partner. It looks like Mr. Portman still doesn't understand. He has yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters. What are you sputtering over there? Can't you just admit my logic is perfectly sound? I don't know how to present what I want to present. Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in his logic. Gap so wide, even a good detective can spot it. Now to clue Mr. Portman in by presenting him with some evidence. Because, I mean, theft was... You like to play in the movies, your favorite version. I see. Oh, that's good. Tea. Because what I want to present is that the body... So the body must have been shot before the gumshoe was written, because then there would be no blood otherwise. But by then he'd be dying. So, but I'm not sure like when to present that. Like either here. There's also theft was. I'm double screening this and this in an actual court case recap. Oh. I am very... Oh, sorry. Because I'm really not sure if it's here or here. Because those are the two spots where I think is where I should... Is it here? I'm worried. Let's try it. Objection! Ooh, objection! Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic. Bringing a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem, I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking, I get it. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. I presented it correctly. Phew. It feels like that because the music is moving on. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file? What? That's impossible. What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing. Oh, sweating. The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines. Objection! It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name, where the file should be, is proof. Yeah, I mean the S is gone, and there's only half an H. If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. Which means, what exactly? What does that make this dying message? It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene. That's so low! I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir! I'm gonna get him, sir, you'll see! I'm gonna have him under arrest in no time! Well, Mr. Portsman? Brilliant, absolutely splendid! Logic deserving of Olympic gold. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. Meh, you win some and you lose some. That's how life goes. Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however. What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal? Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office? That would be me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal. Oh, he put his shirt on. Wait. That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence. Then why do I sense that you still have something to say? Is he gonna try to pin this on Edgeworth now? This is so weird. Well, I was thinking, did you know there's one other person with a key to this office? I really don't want to read this. One other person. Hey, you there. Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me? A lady? The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as material witness. Security? Did you say security? Oh no, it's gonna be the stalker lady, I'm sure. No, stop it, pal, don't! What's wrong with him all of a sudden? I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security. Detective Gumshoe, sir. Maggie. Miss Bride is the security guard on watch tonight. I see, and your point is? My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all office doors in this building. What? What? Man. Willing to do anything. One second, I'm just resting my throat. Okay. If you're not guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Beard. Beard? I wonder if it's Beard? Or Bird? Beard?
How dare you! I would never sneak into someone's room!
That's right, I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was Gumshoe. Oh, you're too nice. Can we take that as a confession, Detective? It's pronounced Bird? Okay. Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. I figured, but it could still be Baird. Well, and my main reasoning for that is because I watch a lot of whatchamacallit? God, what's his name? Zep Frank, the one who does the True Facts series. Do you guys know him? But he always says beard whenever he says bird. If you guys don't know Zep Frank and the True Facts series, look it up on YouTube. It's highly educational and extremely funny. Well, not extremely, but it's written well. It has good humor, and like you learn something new. So it's like a really good like combination of things. So yeah. Yeah, he's just trying to like... So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right? Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, detective. He understands what I'm saying here. I also enjoy the fact, like, this is a really fun way to use and reuse animations. Like, when they do stuff like that. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime, for one simple reason. Hey, Renegade! How are you? You sound like you're feeling better. Hope you are. Reason for suspicion. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. So you're saying she used the master key. Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. He's very tennis. No, he said spike, so it's volleyball. Volleyball themed. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give more details is to press him. Alright, rebuttal. You think Mr. Portsman is a man of sports? It seems like it. Hey, Shio, what's up? No spoilers from you, sir. I know you have played this one, more likely than not. But I think you know better. You're working? Oh. I hope it's not difficult work like putting rocks on a wall. Only played the first Phoenix. What? Just the first one? You didn't even play the second or the third? It's so good. Although, like, admittedly, the second and the third has some, like, pixel hunting flaws. Like, it's, like, really crazy. Especially the one that has the mood detecting thing. I forget which one that. I think that's a third. Or was that the Polo Right? I don't remember. It's been forever. Isn't the one who opened the door. Then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. I wish she knows a good detective. Okay, let's see. Mood sounds like Apollo Justice. Yeah, it sounds like Apollo Justice too, so I was just like, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense. Don't you think it's a bit too early to be jumping to conclusions? Are you saying there's another way to open a door other than with the master key? Yeah, it's called lockpicking. Oh, I get it. Perhaps you had a spare made for someone else? I'll have you know, I have never made a spare, so what are you insinuating? Nothing. Guess I should have known better than to suggest that someone like you would. Okay. Let's just press on every statement, because I really don't know. Is there anyone in this district who hasn't at least heard Detective Gumshoe? Good point. He's practically a celebrity among us prosecutors. Really? I never knew I was so talked about, sir. We're holding our collective breath, you know. For when you screw up so badly that you're literally chased off the force. Wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth? Of course not. That's hogwash. I'd seek someone named Locksmith. Phew, don't scare me like that. Almost had a heart attack there. Hold it! Yeah, we'll just press on everything. By dying message, you mean the bloody letters that spell out Gumshoe? I figured that whoever wrote his name must have wanted to frame him. And just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other well. No? All you need to know is the name. How is that proof? Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and present some evidence. I would love to. But first, we should listen a bit more and digest what he is saying. And press him for more information. Okay, so I think I did the last 3 statements, so let's do the first 2.
Hold it!
Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key? There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird?
That's, true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir.
Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal. But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Bird out? Ask for more details, please. Not so fast. I too am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. I keep saying Beard. I keep saying Beard because of the Frank. Babes. Hold on. I feel like I need to show you guys what I mean. So that you wouldn't think I'm like just crazy or something. There you go. Oh god. Wow, YouTube is like... There you go. Frank. Oh, there's news of Frank. I'm gonna... Beard. Where is the one that has birds? I don't want to watch the ones that have... that I haven't seen yet. There's so many that I haven't seen! There's so many new ones. What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna try to least inviting least inviting orifice. Oh god. Hold on. Let me see, where's one with a bird in the picture? Is there a bird? I thought I saw a bird in the preview. Oh, best chicken. Here we go. Hold on, let me grab my headphones because I actually don't have them on. Just to make sure that I'm hearing.
You have to imagine this ruffed grouse is listening to the end of a very impassioned speech. You know, like
Like
so
you're...
if you want to call me a chicken, that's fine. You call me a chicken. But I'll tell you right now, every goddamn one of us is a chicken.
Ah. Oh, it doesn't have it. What? That was just chicken. Oh, here.
Which is a friggin' penguin mouth. They got extra points because they're cute on the outside, so it's like a fake out. But their tongues and the roof of their mouth are covered with these spiny papillae. Helps with the fish swallowing, apparently. It's what you get when you don't evolve teeth. The penguin was also an entry.
Ah, it's just penguins. Anyway, check out Zeph Frank, okay? And watch True Facts. Very educational and very funny. Highly recommend. Let's move on. Okay, because I keep saying beard. That's how he says bird. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please.
I discovered that the master key was missing around 1 a.m., sir.
What do you mean by missing?
As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it.
Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words.
I'm not lying, sir.
Objection!
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now.
I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir.
Ha, a likely story. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then, quote-unquote, found it again.
I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it.
Yeah, pal, trust me, you don't want to test it just how bad her luck is. Oh my god. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. But, you still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves at least and tried the safe. It is as Mr. Portman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. Okay, so that was the thing that we had to present. Oh, sorry, we had to press. What are we gonna present? Hold on, let's see what... the sound of him, like, flapping open his jacket. It's so funny. Wait, yeah, nobody would know this. Because, like, Gumshoe didn't even know that was here.
Objection!
Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe, the existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. Ngerg. Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. Then are you proposing that the killer is our prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Curses, why? Well, he certainly admitted to the fault really quickly. But I'm glad. God, I couldn't stand him anymore, to be quite honest. Curses, why? What made you... What's with the angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault! Wait, what? What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of secret safes. What did you just say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes. Then that means... Yeah, I know. I'd only just told him too. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it, but the thief who broke in your room was probably Jim. And who killed him? Oh, now he's gonna try to frame himself as the good guy? Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief. And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie?
Excuse me?
I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession. What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who probably had drawn his gun. She stumbled upon him? I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it?
No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir.
Plus, even if she was a thief, you wouldn't have a key to his office. Which is precisely why you had to steal it, wouldn't you say? Oh, God. It was Jim who stole the master key. Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us unless... Well, unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Or you could have killed him, you asshole. Has he no honor? Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out? Excuse me? You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. Ah, but I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You are all suspect to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show. Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself. But sir, we have no choice but to accommodate his request. For now. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman. We will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now don't disappoint me, you hear? Ah, I can't believe it's not over yet. Yes, please. Oh, I hate that guy. I want to see him gone. Why is there a ball outside? What's with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable. No, that's... no. Please, maintain your professionalism, detective. I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir.
We've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir.
True.
So then what now? Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch.
Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway.
Really, sir?
For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door. Investigation begins. Okay, let me... Oh. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Okay, here we go. Let's save. I want to see how the HD looks like. Oh, did I say no? Oh, it saves. Oh, that's kind of nice, actually. It forces you to save before you... options. Art style. Let's try the HD. Although I still don't understand why they call that chibi, because it's not chibi. It's like normal size. It's... unless there's other chibi things in there. Everything old is new. Oh, look at them. Hey, it's that guy! Isn't he from like the original series? Hold up. Wasn't he like a criminal? Oh no, he's the other prosecutor. He's the other prosecutor that Phoenix... I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Well-crafted, high-quality sofa for visitors. The stitching is excellent. Talk about luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know. You would sleep even out here, detective, in a hallway. Whatever I could do, I always wind up dreaming about giving testimony up on a stand. But it always ends the same way. Me getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful? Yeah, it's the guy. He's just there as someone to get trounced on. Maybe I should give it a try sometime to envision myself winning naturally. It's... Ah! Isn't that the missing O series file, sir? No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seem to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So what are these O files about, sir? Guess they've got something worth stealing in them, huh? Not particularly. It's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine. Huh? They belong to the High Prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's say I was charged with keeping them as they were. Then that means the thief must have also wanted the file for a specific reason, right? It would seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing. I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case. Anything else? Oh. I bet the thieves not under there. I guess there isn't enough space for anyone to hide under here anyway. I mean, if someone could contort themselves to fit, I'd really be impressed. Sounds to me like someone has already tried at least once before. Oh, gumshoe. Won't rest until I've oh, okay. Oh, he's just saying. 1202. These 4 numbers on the number plate alone proclaim this to be my office. Whoops. Hey, these number plates slide right out, sir. They have to be able to take the plate off when the room becomes vacant, you know. Although, the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of... Don't see any signs of forced entry. And according to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir. Meaning that the door really was opened... Oh, sorry. That was Edgeworth. Meaning the door was really opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob? Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Wipe, they think. Whoever thief this is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. A minimalist yet classy door made of top quality wood. It's sturdily made, making it near impossible to break in by force. It's almost majestic, sir. Wish it could be as stately as this door. Only Gumshoe would praise the door as something greater than himself. Being a detective has its own rewards and a certain virtuous value, I think. If you live up to your full potential, that's a poignant trait that anyone can admire. I see, so you're saying, sir, that me being me is the best thing I could do for everyone? Right. Oh, Gumshoe. That long pause wasn't exactly reassuring, sir. Oh, Gumshoe. Hinges nothing? Okay. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case.
I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream. A dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth.
I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her with X. Have you ever met the victim before?
Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir.
That sounds like fun. Just once, I'd love to play with them.
It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Faith ever did was pass him the ball, sir.
On second thought, I don't think I'd have fit in at all with them. Miss Maggie Bird, correct? I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective? She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder, and things started going downhill, so she quit.
But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night.
You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct?
Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building.
How did you survive? Oh my god.
I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. And now, I even managed to be named a criminal, just when I've become a security guard.
That's a lot to go through in one lifetime.
I know! And just when I thought I finally found my happiness, I wind up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck.
Her name is Bird, checks out. Does it happens with Bird? People whose names are birds? You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird, nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask for return is your cooperation.
Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help.
Oh, right, I haven't even... She flew, huh? Is that it? Nothing else significant. Okay. Hold on, let me... Oh. Nothing there! So when did you discover that the master key was missing?
By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. And I noticed it was back at around 2:30 a.m. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those two times, it was not gone but stolen, sir.
Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place?
It's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room away from the window.
Always, you say, except for this time, correct?
Well, I admit that I was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I'd used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge.
She used the master key? Can I ask her about this? What did you mean by you used the master key?
Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right?
What is it?
That's right! I just remembered! The prosecutor who forgot his key! It was Mr. Portsman, sir!
What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird, quickly.
It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir.
And that's when you loaned the master key to him?
No way! It's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked with Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir.
I see. And then, what happened after that?
Well, he called for me to come up for his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think. So in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor...
Oh, sorry, I was reading it in the wrong voice. You used the master key twice tonight. Talk about suspicious. I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portman's door. Do I need to present anything else? It's like talking to another gumshoe. Okay, so yeah, she won't say anything about unrelated things. Can I present? I can't present profiles. Okay. What is a basketball doing here? That's Mr. Portsman's prized possession, sir. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis. Okay, so he's just sports guy. Not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in a hallway. What is a basketball hoop doing here? Hey, didn't this used to be outside just next to the building a long time ago? So when and why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so some poor guy had to bring it himself. All the way up to the 12th floor? Oof. Man, I feel sorry for Jim. He was absolutely abused. They switched. They slid the key things. Like the number. And that's it. That's how he did it. He switched the numbers, had her open the door, and switched it back.
Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir.
Oh wait. Then...
Oh, that reminds me. Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you're already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir.
So why was Mr. Portman so particular about getting room 1202?
I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd.
Yup, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why. I can think of at least 3. Bah, what am I even wasting time thinking about this? Door's locked tight. I bet the old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? This is the office of a high prosecutor, Detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them. Aha, so I guess the only great cat burglar can get in. That must be who our culprit is. Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you brought it from? Okay, it's the same door. Nonsense. A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works. Well, he seems more dignified than Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne? I suppose the custodial work can also be dignified. I can't believe he put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office. But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here. How long have I had the same office, and yet you still manage to get lost? Is everything alright? Sir, yes, sir. You must know I weighed myself this morning, and I'm finally at 154 pounds. Congratulations, but I was asking about this hallway and this room. Oh, everything's okay, sir. Word of advice. Stay focused or you may start to lose even more weight. It looks like you're in quite a pinch, Mr. Edgeworth. To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly, post-haste.
Sounds like a messy case you've got in your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open.
How gracious. I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? Aww. He really is just like some nobody. Poor dude. He tries his best. He's not the best, though. Okay, so I've offered that. I wonder if I can talk to Maggie again? Because it's not... Oh wait, let's do some logicking. Let's see. Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story.
What? No way, pal! I mean, sir!
Was she in old games?
Yes, she's in Phoenix Wright 2.
I don't remember her.
And she might be 3. She and Gumshore are sweet on each other.
Or what?
Sweet on each other.
Aww. Well, I know that, like, he helped her, but I was like, oh, if he helped her in a previous case, then that means she's...
It's not like...
It's more like sister. I feel like he's like older
Yeah,
brother,
yeah.
little sister. You said that you locked up Mr. Portsmouth's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time.
Wow, nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I had totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right. It was around the very time that I realized the master key was missing.
And?
Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir.
You pretended?
Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir.
So in actuality, you never did relock the door then?
Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess this door still hasn't been locked properly.
Does that mean we can go open the door? Oh, I can deduce? Yeah, the...
Eureka!
There's a contradiction here. Wait. No, that's not a contradiction. More like it connects. If what Mr. Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked tight? Huh, you know, you're right. Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door?
I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't.
Which means what, sir? It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. She opened a different door, but how can you prove that? There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is... we need to examine these. The prints on the number plate. They will tell us all we need to know.
Everything? Really? Like what, sir?
Like... well, freeze. Ah, damn it! But I thought that was actually it. Wow, that was amazing, sir. How did you know? You know her whole story. Gotcha. Like, I don't remember her at all.
That's supposed to be a joke to cheer me up, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, that's it. Now we should get back to doing what we need to do, and that is... we need to examine these. Okay. Prints on the doorknob. Or prints on the master key? It's either the doorknob or the master key. Oh! The doorknob might have Maggie's handprints. Right? If she opened the door for him. The prints on the doorknob will tell us everything. Hey, you! Yeah, you, pal! Do us a favor and see what you can learn from this, okay? So, what'd you find out? There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, detective. Sir, I have found only Mr. Portman's and Mr. Fade's prints on the doorknob. So only 2 people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive. Huh? I'm lost, sir. Thinking logically, a certain other person's print should be on this knob as well. Now then, whose print should also be on this doorknob? Maggie!
Take that!
Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked this door are absent? You mean... yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. What have we here? A note. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious... oh!
The killer was playing hoops!
And the thing has been moved. See the little indent on the... Is this basketball the property of Mr. Portsman?
Yes, sir. He's always ready for a match.
Basketball, soccer, dodgeball, tennis? Doesn't matter what sport it is, he's game. Although, I think it'd be a little hard to play tennis with this ball. Hoo-hoo. That isn't the point you should be focusing on, detective. You're right, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. Bad Mr. Portsman. Someone should teach him to clean his toys up after he's done playing. I think we've reached the end of this conversation. What's this? What are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey, how about a game? That's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off. Hey, you're right, sir. I guess it shifted when someone made seriously sweet slam dunk. The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I'd better take note of this. They moved it because they know. He moved it because he knew that if it would be super suspicious because the hoop wasn't next to the door. What is this? Looks like a scrap piece of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. It looks like a note from the victim. Bought 3 pieces of evidence. I bought 3 pieces of evidence, Spy, just like we talked about on the phone. But it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later, buddy. Yeah, and it's from Mr. Portsman. Okay, now we're done. Poking around in this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely. How so, sir? in a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case.
You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth.
As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman.
What? Mr. Portsman?
I knew it! That's exactly what my logic senses were telling me to. Gumshoe. Sure, Gumshoe. Sure. I suspected it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir. That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on through its door. Oh, they've moved things again. Mr. Portsman, I've resisted promising the bloody letter, sir. Alright, let me take a gander at it. Pass it here. Okay, looking good. You there, take good care of this. Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe. End of the line for you, Portsman. We've got you now. Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke? It's no joke. You know, Mr. Jacques Portman, that you are the guilty party in the case. You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay if you promise to stay out of our way. You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job? I can see right through the unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. Who'd have ever thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know. Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself. Although that too will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up. Well, aren't we full of ourselves, even though you have yet to prove anything? It's time! Boop, 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 boop. Oh, there's no music. I'm sad. do, 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 do. I wonder if that'll happen later. Once we're, like, closer to the climax of the whole thing. Oh, there's the slowly building up music. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how, may I ask, do you propose I unlock the door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here. Oh. Sorry, but we are not finished yet. Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something? Would be excellent if it was just Gumshoe poorly beatboxing some dramatic music behind you. That would be funny. He's just like doing the hype music. Do-do-do-do-do. I'll show you what I'm basing my accusation on.
Comic
with evidence.
In the Phoenix Wright 1 instruction book, I think, that shows that the confetti that falls at the end of the case is Gumshoe running around going like, yay!
That's funny. Alright, let's hear your unlikely story. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountains of evidence points away from me being the culprit. Sure, let's...
Hold it!
Oh, and what, pray tell, kind of evidence are we talking here? Jim was my partner, so you can say I had a motive for killing him. I should reread the Phoenix manga. Is it good? And that's it. That's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain. But it's more than enough, wouldn't you agree? Might I recommend that you review the word what the word evidence means?
It doesn't change the fact that the evidence doesn't point to me as the killer.
No innocent man pops that collar.
I know what I should present for this specific statement. I guess we don't really have much else to press, so let's just go ahead and present.
Maggie!
Objection!
I must object to your— oh, I don't know if this is real. This might not be the right one. Yes, I think there was also a Phoenix Wright stage play?
Yes, there were several.
Yeah,
That Takarotsuka did.
yeah. Not just live action films. It's good, nothing earth-shattering, unlike the anime and the blooper reel.
And which part do you have an objection to?
Wait, how is that not? Wait, how is that not thing? I thought that would be it. Okay.
Hold it!
It's generally good to press through everything first.
Unfortunately, I believe I have already shown how earlier. Your speculations mean nothing, as I still insist that I could not gain access to your room. What should I do now? Should I raise an objection? Yeah. Wait. Yes? Creamy is now awake, and he is the expert here. I will follow his advice. You claim to have had no way to open my door. However, is that really the honest truth? Alright, I'll humor you. Go ahead, shoot. Very well then. I propose that you use this to open my door. The master key.
These games have the problem of that it's not necessarily you need to be correct, you have to be correct in the order.
No, I know. But earlier I was like, okay, I know what they want from me. Now the question is, how do I get there? Like, heyers, what's up?
Take that!
Take that. I believe you were able to open my office door with the master key, no less.
Objection!
Wait. Hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely. You were able to open a door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did. But only to direct. That's right. You use your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key.
Take that!
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know? But the room you had Miss Bird open at the time was not your own, was it?
What?
You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we?
I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir.
See, Miss Bird backs up my story. Yet, what if you had misled her to fool her into thinking what you wanted? How do you suppose I did that? By switching the number plates on our doors, for example.
That's right! They do slide out pretty easily.
Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours and not, in fact, mine. What was it that Mr. Portsman used? Okay, it was the hoop. Hoops! Scoops!
Oops, Hagen.
Take that!
Fucking Pringles, where you go to the mustache yet?
There's a knock.
What? The basketball hoop, sir?
It's quite peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a particular prosecutor.
Ah! That's very true, sir. Because there was a basketball hoop sitting there, I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman's.
There are signs that the hoop has been moved. What did you do?
Summon. Even written off.
To sit in front of my office, to be sure, I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off track. Chicken. Now you're just sprouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. Oh, I realized there's no rice. Fuck. I had no rice. No, that's not your fault. That's mine. After that, I was in my room the entire time. That 12.
They're getting more mysterious by the day.
Is this yours?
I don't know.
What's that other one? Well, I know, but oh, it's also a wrapped item. We just had chicken delivered. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he? I'm as pure as innocent as my jacket. And Miss Bird is as sturdy and guilty as the jacket she wears.
My jacket's not dirty, I'll have you know. I just washed it yesterday.
Please calm down, for I intend to show it is who is the one who is truly covered in slime here. Make a spouting nonsense. Press!
Hold it!
This one's fine.
And what were you doing in your office? I was doing my usual training regimen. Training regimen? Were you going through your law books from start to finish? Mainly batting practice and some weights. Oh, and I jog when I get the chance. Wow, you must be the buffest prosecutor we have. With the weakest legal muscles, it would seem. I was doing my usual workout, so. Let's press.
Hold it!
I think I've given you quite a few reasons, actually.
Objection!
But none of those would stand up on their own.
Objection!
Then what about all the evidence?
Objection!
It's all circumstantial. No judge would convict on such flimsy evidence. He seems to be trembling a little. One more little push. All I have to do is find a flaw in his testimony. Can we present his locked door? Oh. It's the other one where he's like, I had the girl open the door. Because her prints are not found in the doorknob.
Objection!
I had your door dusted for prints. My door? What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. Sure are good at wasting time. You're right, I didn't find anything, and definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints. Her prints? What do they have to do with anything? Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Further, all of the prints on my office doorknob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it.
Objection!
But that doesn't change the fact that I was in my room the entire time. Is that really a fact, or is it fiction? Hey, would I lie to you? I have here proof that you were not in your room the entire time as you claim. It's the note. Wait. Where's the note? Oh, there's more. Okay, there you go. I was like, the note!
Take that!
This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door. Or did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you and what were you doing? Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. And Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on a leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said, when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office. Just what's so funny, pal? Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake accusing me and simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else I'd like in the world. What?
Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer! Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already!
And as I said earlier, it's all so circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I'd wiped that knob down as well.
And?
I'm a little obsessive-compulsive, you see. Didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched, which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there. You made that up just now, didn't you? Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it here before I arrived at the office. Like early evening, for example. Are you saying that you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse.
Wow! Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size.
Ah, but you can't prove that, can you?
See something, Mr. Edgeworth? Back me up here, sir.
Postman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Airtight, you say? I only just realized I had one as we were talking. Guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner. If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had that unfortunate conversation at gunpoint with the culprit. But exactly at the time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi. Now we have to investigate that. Do you really think it's that perfect? Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll go check on his alibi, sir. Be right back. Mr. Edgeworth, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him at around 2 a.m. You see? All of the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Oh, we already have the evidence then. Okay. Cool.
I think forgiveness check is 387 yours today.
Thank you. Let's press on every statement. Oh, this is fries! You gave me fries. Oh, you don't have fries? Oh, okay. It is as you say, however. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me you saw? It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder. Why don't you? I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here. Oh, well, doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit.
Hold it!
pay the criminal affairs department a visit. Yep, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct.
Okay.
Hold it!
Let's just press on everything. Well, we did go ask around to confirm your testimony.
It was just as I said, right?
Yes, sir. A number of detectives said they saw you at around that time.
See? I had the perfect alibi. That's the ace I have up my sleeve. Ugh. Portsmouth's alibi may seem perfect at first glance, but I know there's a hole in it somewhere. All I need to do is press him a little
And see what comes of it. Wait, did we already press on all of it? But we already pressed on all of it. Hold on. What do we have?
Examine the note.
I don't think that presenting this will amount to anything.
No.
I can't present profiles. Wait. We know that the thing got shot. Let's see, maybe it might be a different statement. It might be this.
Possible. It's also possible it has something to do with, I say this, I don't remember the solution. It says it's believed to be killed at 2:05.
This one?
Yeah. That might be it, too.
True, because there's a timestamp on it. But it was when the body was found. And I think it was Edgeworth that found the body, so I don't know how
But
that.
wouldn't it be that if murder was at 2, then Edgeworth would have noticed at 2:05?
Well, he was being held at gunpoint at 2,
Oh, true.
so there's no way he would have known until a little after
The
when he.
main reason I said it is being specific about time, and that evidence has time as a specific, note. Which,
No, yeah, I was also looking for something else. I was looking for the note when Beard opened. I keep saying Beard.
well, that's how it's spelled.
But also, I just keep thinking of their Frank
No,
too.
yeah.
So I'm thinking like maybe if it says like Bird opened this door and then locked it again at this time, then I could present that. But I don't think that's it. And I'm thinking this might be it
Possible.
because he was held at gunpoint, but the gun is there and the culprit shot a second bullet, and there's only one bullet fired in here.
It is possible.
So I'll try this one.
Objection!
Nope, it's not the one. Hey, Adagon. How do I get there? Frick.
Push through them all again, just in case.
Hold it! Objection!
And we already...
Cat, what's up?
Yeah, see, this is that's why I was like, oh, if I can prove that Maggie closed the door at this time, then... I don't know what it wants from me necessary.
Hold it!
Came back to your office at 2. Oh,
You just
okay.
hadn't pressed everything.
Okay, I hadn't pressed on everything yet. Okay. Can't you say a thing back, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we've reached the end of the line and it's time to get off this crazy train. You there. Sir, please escort the young lady out, but remember, be gentle. Maggie. Detective Gumshoe. Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way out to turn the situation around. If only I'd had a clue that I missed something that can help me cast doubt on his alibi. I need to calmly think this through one more time, and with logic. Oh, we can logic things out. Oh god. I don't know if... I know this is one of them. So which one is the other one? I don't know how either of this connects. Neither makes sense to me. How are you, Kat? And Adagon. Mr. Portsman's alibi. Dang. Don't do doom scrolling, it's bad for you. We'll try this. That's the one. There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life, and the one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, for the murder weapon only shown signs of being fired once, meaning that it is entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt that the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight.
I love that this universe is so Looney Tunes that he is a superhero just for having logic.
You were here and then you went, how am I? I'm doing well. I also made tea for my throat earlier. I've been reading a lot. What chow? Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder, so it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of two different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun and killed him with it, and then once again after the murder by our second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one pointed at my back.
Objection!
Mr. Portsman, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case. Great, so you finally come to your senses. Mr. Edgeworth! Sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case. What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief. A thief? But sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts? Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, two culprits stole into my office tonight. What do you mean, two? It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were two guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird into gaining entry into my office.
Objection!
Now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know? If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you are really innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Now then, returning to my scenario. Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time. So then, this would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right? Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else. Who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith? But why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office, would be my guess.
Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right?
And he must have thought it was odd, so he came into this office to check it out. Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do. Oh, let me catch up. It's been a while. Hey, Crow! Hey, what's up, dude? Doing well. How are you? I saw your delicious cooking yesterday. How was your pasta? A shot in the dark. Portsman, an identical twin that he plays double matches with. I mean, maybe. Their Pretty Orange War for April today. And ah, thank you! I'm really happy with them. I really like the blooming doop-doops that I made. I'm probably gonna make more stuff from them. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Yay! Like, you made me want to try it. Because I was like, ooh, you know, I didn't think about, like, stir-frying some bell peppers and then, like, pureeing it to turn it into a sauce. Like, a pasta sauce. And I'm like, that sounds like a fantastic idea. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing. Dots. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left a fake dying message behind. You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that? Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated. There was another? Visitor, sir? Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room. and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize. The stolen O file, right, sir? Correct. Only, just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun, and then made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter. So the shelf getting messed up twice in the 2 bullets. It was all because 2 different people were doing these things at 2 different times. Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not, in fact, Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant. Because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit.
Objection!
What's so funny, pal? Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything. Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth after all. But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Sorry, it was very slow moving. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. God, I hate this guy, but there is still one defining point of your argument, for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point.
Doesn't say that. Don't say that, sir.
I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must. You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really was just a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. Because the gun's not the same. That thief you ran into should be a real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out here looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at criminal affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. Time to press on.
It's very Japanese that no one wonders at all why all these people are working at 2 a.m.
Yeah. I don't know how you're lucky with finding Parmesan. Oh, it's fine. Like, I can probably do alternatives to Parmesan. It's just expensive. Like, there's like Parmesan cheese, quote unquote Parmesan cheese. I don't think it's like Parmigiano Reggiano, like original like stuff.
You have to look for the microchips.
But yeah, send me the recipe. I'd love to try it out because we love piments over here. Sorry, it's called bell peppers are called piments over here.
Or paprika.
So the green bell peppers are called piment, and the yellow and red ones are called paprika. Don't know why they have 2 names.
Well, I did see at one supermarket it said Piedmont red.
Oh, I haven't
So
seen
I don't
it.
know if there's like some difference or what.
But apparently, like, I read that before because I mentioned this some other time, but like, Piemann was a derivative from the German word for the bell pepper. I think. What do you call paprika, the spice? It's also called paprika.
It's named after the daughter of Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper.
That's from Blue's Clues.
She's in college now.
You buy the American version, that's rare. But yeah. I think the spice is still called paprika. But you see it only on the bottle, so you wouldn't like think one for the other. Of course, now isn't it the time to be having these deep-ended discussions? I don't think it's at all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. Just have to find a way to prove it. It's weird to me that this is happening here because, you know, in the typical Ace Attorney, like, this happens in the courtroom.
True, but
yeah,
of this game was to make it different, and they're like, Don't put it in court.
No. You know, I understand. I was wondering about that because he's the prosecutor. So like,
Edgeworth is a much better lawyer. He knows that you're supposed to get all your evidence before trial starts.
well, prosecutors are also lawyers, just called differently, and they work for a different.
They're just not defense attorneys.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if that's only in Japan, or if it's in fictional Japan, or only in Japan Francisco.
Okay. Let's press on every statement. Actually, no, I wouldn't. He also updated his autopsy report. What? Why not? That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Face Killer very clearly left those letters on the spines of those files. And it was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them. You mean the O files, right? And that's how we also know that the letters themselves were set up and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves? Yeah. Yes. If you look for a substitute, Grana Padano also works. Look for decent quality. Dense and high-fat cheese. Okay. I will try. They have some, like, cheeses here. I just don't know what's a... Seijo Ichi. Yeah. Maybe the killer just didn't think of that either. Yes, that must be it. Maybe, just maybe.
Pat your eyelashes at Cheese guy.
Yeah. Did I press on the statement?
I think it went forward.
Okay.
Hold it!
Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby. Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after. Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief. It's nothing like that. I have no idea anything, after all.
Hold it!
But according to Mr. Faith's note... Hold on, I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left that note for me in the early evening? You have proof that he left it at different times, say just before he was murdered. I don't have any, no. You see? So I insist again that I was in my office the entire time.
Hold it!
Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith? Ah, that's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know, those sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. And what of the evidence he brought? They were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items, a gun and a pendant. Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks. Wait. Okay.
Hold it!
A gun and a pendant? Yes, this gun. Which was the murderer.
That's right here.
Yeah, I know.
My fingerprints all on it.
Does doing this here mean the part of this game that you have to go through all of this again in court? Probably not.
No, you don't go to court in this one.
Okay, so your brother says that we do not go to court at all. You know absolutely nothing about this. It's quite fun,
It's
actually.
very good.
This isn't the first of the series. I would play the first ones, which is the Phoenix Wright series. The only thing I would say is that one of the biggest flaws of that game is that it does have a tiny bit of pixel hunting, where like you have to click on certain specific things so that you get like the evidence. But
I give it a little leeway because it was a Game Boy Advance game. But yeah, it does do that. And
so
that
it's so like it does do that, but that's like its biggest flaw. Everything else about it is pretty solid. Although it does have the same issue that many games like of this type have, wherein if you're able to puzzle out to logic out, let's say, to logic out what the end result is, you now have to figure out how the game wants you to figure that out, because it has like, with games like these, they tend to have like flags, you know, so you have to reach point A and then point B before you can reach point C. You can't just go from point A to C even though you know point C exists. So that is like one of the things. But many games like this have that flaw. It's a very tricky thing to balance. So I don't necessarily fault the series for that.
Yeah, and you can't really code around it because
Yeah.
you could have important story beats at B.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, you can't determine how an individual thinks because there's too many people in the world. So you can only just kind of, like, click everything, basically.
Now, if you like the Ace Attorney games, at least the first one. I haven't played the second one yet. The first one's very good.
So,
At least as good as 1 and 3 are. And 2's not bad for Ace Attorney, it's just worse than 1 and 3.
yeah. This is how you did it. Great, but what's wrong with you going 20 steps ahead of where I want you to be right now? Exactly, Shio. It's that. It's a big thing. But again, as I've said, like, many mystery puzzle type games have that issue because sometimes they do tie like story points to those steps in between, or again, you cannot be like, you can try to assume that your player is not dumb, but you cannot assume the way someone thinks. So that's really hard to kind of control. So you can't really like work around it to any way because there's too many individuals on the planet. And this pendant, which belonged to the victim. Why were you taking them to criminal affairs? There was something in the past case file I wanted to compare this to too. But all this has nothing to do with this case right now. Anyway, I believe you'll find the long paper trail I left to be to your satisfaction. This is all matching up with what Detective Gumshoe found out.
I mean, it's no JJ talking.
JJ, that's another good game. What was it called? Like,
Aviary Attorney.
Aviary Attorney. That's another good one. That one's on Steam. Okay.
Hold it!
I can't expect you to know, can I? Nope, but I guess you can expect me to take a guess based on logical deductions. I've been watching a lot more streams past week, and last night I was watching Iron Mouse play something, and Mouse was like, "What are you watching?" And he stopped just now, and he's like, "Ace Attorney." That's funny. Well, see, your husband knows Ace Attorney. It's a good series. It's, like, if he has those games, you should borrow it from him and play it. If you like
Especially
the kind of...
before you watch streams of them.
Especially if you like puzzle type, solving mystery type games. But again, the only thing I would say as an advice if you do play those games is you do need to be pixel hunting a little bit. So, like, click everything on the screen. I don't think there's a... Is there, like, a penalty?
Not when pixel hunting. Or not when pixel hunting most of the time.
I know, because I know there's some situation.
There is 4, which is part of the reason 4 is the worst one.
Oh, okay. Yes,
The worst part about 4 is you're pixel hunting on a video. So you're not just pixel hunting on a frame. You have to move time to be like, okay.
Oh, that's the emotion.
Much worse, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so, there you go.
Skip 4.
Oh, then let's see you deduce. Jim waited for me to leave and then stole the master key. For the purpose of sneaking into your room, of course. And that's when Miss Bird caught him red-handed, and the murder occurred. It's all exactly as I laid out earlier. I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. Okay. So now we have to present some evidence. Okay. Let's see what I can present. The Phoenix Wright Trail is only $10 on Steam right now. That's a very good deal for those three games. Highly recommend. And maybe playing it with a mouse
Maybe.
might be a lot easier for the pixel hunting part. Okay, let's see what we have.
The updated art will be nice. since
This
it will
is...
just-
I'm using the updated art for
Yeah.
this one too.
Well, considering that the way the games worked, it wasn't like pixel art, it was traditional art that they pixelated to work. So it'll look great. and then get Ghost Trick. It's also very good.
Ghost Trick is also very good. Another puzzle one.
Well, same guy.
Same director. A really good story as well, with excellent characters, just like basically Phoenix Wright. Ah. I'm trying to figure out. See, this is the part where I'm just like, okay, game, what does it want me to present
look at
where?
all the descriptions of all your items.
Yeah. So that's not it. Sometimes this is also an evidence, though, so you do have to be careful. One shot fired. I wish I can go through the statements while I'm in this screen. I can't present profiles as usual, right?
Remember, you have 2 pages.
Yeah. I don't see anything that particularly stands out to me.
We'll read the note again, just to make sure.
Well, that one says that he... not accidentally. Ha! 3 pieces of evidence!
There you go. When you clicked off, I was like, no.
The pain of knowing what the game is like.
But I also don't want to just give you...
Yeah, no, and I appreciate that.
Objection!
You got it figured out? Only 2 pieces. I believe the proper phrases here is, you fail. Excuse me? You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me. What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you. Well, here's a piece I think you should read. Carefully.
It says that Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces.
Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman.
I can't believe to get tripped up by simple arithmetic.
Where is the missing piece of evidence?
It's...
You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe. You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe. It's really funny to see the little sprites.
The, like, Ragnarok RP.
Yeah, they called it chibi. It's not chibi enough for me to be called chibi, but I know that
it's a half step.
Yeah, it's like a half step. You don't think you'll be playing this game? That's fine. You can enjoy it through us. Hey, don't come any closer. I'm warning you. This is all part of the investigation, pal. So don't even think about stopping me. No! Hey, what's this? He had this on him, sir. Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. But why would he hide something like that? There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. For the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin.
If only video players still existed.
The blood! Like, I can't... Do you have anything? AG8 incident? That's police case number, sir. Does that mean this video is evidence from that case? Interesting. However, what's recorded on this isn't what's important right now. Let's give the casing a thorough once over. Yeah, I know what you want me to see. I just... Yeah, it is a very lovely, like, lilac purple. Ah, that's blood, isn't it? Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh. You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood? No! No! You've got it all wrong! No amount of denial can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find the truth. You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. And now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video.
Yeah, it's totally suspicious.
Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him? You know very well there's no way to prove that. Not even if we were to examine his tape for fingerprints? Ugh. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderers. You and Mr. Faith. You found a stack of Sony Betacam tapes at work? Whoa. I wonder what would be in them. What if it's a murder? No, impossible. Oh, he's breaking. He's absolutely broken. Oh god, he ate his metal. Goodbye.
Heavy metal poisoning. Tragic. It's Pie Day.
Oh, it is Pie Day. Mr. Portman has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. Blood work came back and it was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside of the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir.
It was nothing. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies.
Oh, it was nothing. Really, compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky that it was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If it had been a holdup or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person.
Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor. And why would you say that he was corrupt? Well, I heard that there were a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence that he uses is forged, sir. Forged evidence, huh? And they say that he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons.
Oh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession.
You never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office? Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up. Although, we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something. This is just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes. Oh, well, well, well. With Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, it certainly leads credence to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Huh? Then Mr. Portsman isn't a bad guy? I didn't say that, but rather, there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance to this piece of evidence. This one.
Take that!
The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder who it was. And what happened to the stolen pages. I wonder who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint. See, this is how normally the Phoenix Wright cases start. Like, the murder is kind of like obscured like this.
Not usually the first one. The first one will let you know. As like a.
Oh, is it always like that?
It has been.
Oh, okay.
Because it's kind of like teaching. It's to be easy.
Yeah, baby's first prosecutor. Oh, Pything is your birthday? I didn't know that.
Though it also sometimes shows you and it's wrong.
It changes the face.
No, it'll show you what it's to make it look like it's the murderer. But there was like other stuff going on.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Yes. I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir. This card. What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there?
Here.
It's not just any bird. This is the mark of the raven. A three-legged raven. Huh? Is that supposed to be the 3 legs? Even you should know what this is, detective. Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? That great thief everyone's talking about. Yes, it is the mark of the great thief, Yataragasu. Under the mark of the legendary bird, the Yataragasu is noble to the end. A modern Robin Hood. You know what that hair reminds me of?
Phoenix Wright.
No, it kind of reminds me of, from, Ghost Trick.
Oh, Cecil?
Cecil, yes, because it's, like, tall.
Perhaps the artist was inspired.
Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yataragasu appears and vanishes at will. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yataragasu likes to find and make public the evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is set forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, evidence that was found is sent out to mass media, along with the single card, although it has been a while since the Yataragasu's last appearance. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, something's written on the back. What? Let me see. It's the location of where the thief put the stolen files. So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yataragasu. Yataragasu, organization. Quite a few key words are popping up in this mystery. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief, Yataragasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming. For they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. I hate it when they do the slow text. I get it, but it makes it hard to read.
Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got into this mess.
Almost Spidey means it wasn't Spidey. The tapes are either someone's presentation or a Plus employee recorded his crime and left tapes at work before retiring. Maybe. Alright, this is an excellent time to end this stream. I did want to finish that because it looked like it would be a somewhat shorter one, and I was kind of correct. It wasn't, I mean, I wasn't kind of correct, but we were also talking a lot, so I can't really blame that on the game. Woo! Turnabout Airlines. Ooh, a little preview for those of you watching. I'm excited to delve into the game. Very thrilled to be playing it. I do enjoy my time playing the original Phoenix Wright series, so this is gonna be a super fun time. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you everyone for stopping by. A lot of old and new faces coming in that I haven't seen in a bit. It was nice to see you, Crow. And nice to see you as well, Shio. And everyone that stopped by. I appreciate you as always. Let's find somewhere to go, shall we? Let me put this up so that we don't accidentally get any raids. And let me see who's up and around. We're gonna have the usual art stream next time. Will you continue playing this on Thursday or do art on the next stream? I will always do art on Thursdays. There's a lot of art that needs doing from my desk at the moment, so I want to get those like progressing. I think I want to also play on Fridays, which is Thursday evening for those of you living in the US. So I think I'll start, because I don't know how, like, these games can be kind of long, and playing once a week we'll be playing this forever if I do it that way. So I believe starting this week I will stream on Friday as well, which is May 2nd for me, but May 1st evening for those of you in the US side. So we will continue this on Friday. Well, Friday for me. I keep saying Friday, but that's Friday for me. It's Thursday for those of you in the US. Just keep that in mind. So be sure to tag along and continue the rest of the mystery. But let's see. Where do we go? Where do we go? What are we doing? There's actually... Okay, what are you guys thinking? Should we do an RPG? Is this Tetris? This might be Tetris. Do we do... Oh, there's 2 RPGs that we could go through. Is this Tetris? The Grandmaster? I can't tell. Dang it. Dang, ads. The ads for the Minecraft movie is playing. Let me just... Oh, okay. There's 3 different RPGs. You know what? We'll just go visit... Let me see how long they've been streaming. Okay, you know what? Let's go visit friend of channel Bit. He's playing Lost Odyssey for the first time, so another first time playthrough of something. And Lost Odyssey is unfortunately a game that is very much only on Xbox, which is unfortunate because I want to play it, but I don't have that. And I don't think Microsoft has ported it over so you can play it on PC. But anyway, we're gonna raid Bit. Raid. Sub-raid. For those of you who want to announce yourselves. If not, you don't have to. But Bit stream, always chill. It's a chill, fun time. But of course, unless he's fighting a battle, that's like typical RPG stuff. But yeah, so next time would be art stream as per usual on Thursday. And then we're gonna have the next episode of Miles Edgeworth Turnabout Airlines. So make sure that you stick around and find out what happens next. What about this Yataragasu thing? And a big organization. Mysteries abound. But until then, I shall see you guys later. Bye-bye.